Evening, everyone. Jim invited me to talk about how trust can bring competitive advantage, given the rising popularity of businesses such as Triodos Bank. I reflected on this over Christmas time, and I said to him that I'd like to actually turn the question on its head. Because for me, the question led to much deeper, fundamental questions about trust, about societal change, the role of business, and of us, business people in 2013, our values, approaches, and leadership. It also led me to challenge whether trust is enough, or whether we should be striving for much more than that. I'm sure most of you know of the trust equation, a concept that suggests trust is a function of credibility, reliability, and intimacy, all divided by self-orientation. And for me, this denominator of self-orientation, I think, is a key point in how we view trust, because whilst it remains high, trust will remain relatively low. And as such, I believe that we must be careful and honest with our approach. Restoring trust cannot be a shallow, short-term response to a PR crisis or a thin veneer bolted onto business as usual. It will only be genuine and lasting if it stems from real action, values, and authenticity. This need for authenticity is amplified by the changing times in which we live. Social media, knowledge, interconnectedness, combined with a shift in many demographics towards a desire for ethical business that does right. A world where a dissatisfied consumer can produce a video that goes viral, or an innovative and human letter response from a service team can make the news, means that there are no longer places to hide. Increasing challenge to previous power and dominance structures, be it at political, nation-state level, shareholder revolts, or joined-up consumer power, can now change the rules. In short, if we want to move in this direction, then we have to walk the talk. Anything else will be seen as spin, or as greenwash, or as cynical PR, which I argue could do more damage than doing nothing at all. And so what does this mean for the heart of business, its very reason for being? I believe that those which establish trust based not on self-orientation, but on more of an outward view, will prove successful in the long term. They will move from a model that places the business and its shareholders and their current need for short-term profit at its centre to one where there is a broader view of stakeholders. This could be local community, the environment, society as a whole, and these should all feature in a more socially useful business model where leaders answer to a range of interested parties. And I believe that this will only come from a more human and compassionate approach in the boardroom, a dilution of ego, a re-evaluation of what success in business looks like. Because such a model does not have to be soft nor unprofitable. Indeed, it has the potential to be more sustainable, successful, useful and rounded with real opportunities for the visionary. So what changes? Is it the business itself, what it produces? The culture in the business, the people in the top jobs? Or maybe the question should be, can business change? Are the 20th century giants of many main sectors not just, to use recent terminology, too big to fail, but too big to change? Will any attempt always be change around the edges of a core model that actually has to shift substantially? In my opinion, all three things need to change, and I would put focus on leadership, because without the vision, without the desire from the top, for things other than market share and profit for profit's sake, then big change, in my view, just won't happen. Perhaps these businesses will get so far, but then find that new flexible models with a new focus start to overtake them. And in the same way as the internet has brought a shift from the high street, a demand for values-based and socially useful business will render some obsolete in time. I wonder if banking is an example of all I've said so far as one of the key sectors in the spotlight. Is it capable of real change? Any movement towards better service, stability, abiding with the rules, and more competition, of course, has to be a good thing. But for me, in many ways, the wrong questions are still being asked. There's too much focus on the need for new banks and not enough focus on the need for new bankers. People with different outlooks, less interest in or even a rejection of huge salaries and bonuses which are still there. A shift in approach to look at how the sector can constructively work with others to address our collective challenges. But if boardrooms of existing and new banks are still filled with people who don't have that aspiration, then surely we will have more of the same. I believe we must really aspire to more. Trust should be a given. Consumers should expect to be serviced well and for products to work and for law to be adhered to. The fact that we're restoring things to that base level, for me, is an indication of just how bad things have got. We have to go beyond that. We have to go to affinity, to partnership, to social purpose, to collaborative problem solving. Triodos Bank is an example, along with others, of a profitable and sustainable business formed on a mission based on making the wider world a better place. This is not utopian, naive, soft business. Indeed, it's been shown in recent years that sustainable banks around the world have actually outperformed larger conventional banks on many measures. But at our core, we are driven by the collective desire to bring positive change through finance. We sit between savers and borrowers, enabling individuals who want their money to be put to good use whilst on deposit to support organisations doing that in areas from renewable energy to community projects, from fair trade production to farming. And in doing that, we're transparent. Our savers can see every loan we make and therefore where their money goes. And what's more, on top of that, we have no bonus culture and a minimum to maximum pay ratio that would be unthinkable in the big banks and building societies. It can be different. And to come back to trust, one illustration, which I know will follow on after my presentation, on social media. This is why, everything I've said, this is why we can have content-led two-way social media interaction at a time when, understandably, it is hard for many big businesses to adopt a real social media strategy. I hope that what I've said provides food for thought, but above all, despite the challenge, that it provides food for optimism. The opportunity to reshape relationships within business and between business and its stakeholders are huge. And yes, I believe, in answer to Jim's original brief, that this can bring competitive advantage in the conventional sense. But I hope you share my view that the fruits of having the strength and vision to go down this path in a genuine way are so much more than this. If we all look a bit further, a bit broader, and open up a bit more to the world around us and our role in it, then together we as business can meet the challenges of tomorrow that we will all face as human beings. Thank you.